Bat Force Radio.
Bat Force Radio is rated M for mature, or should that be immature?
Hey guys, Dustin Wynn.
Hey, this is Scott Snyder.
This is Paul Dini.
And you're listening to Bat Force Radio.
And you're listening to Bat Force Radio.
You're listening to Bat Force Radio.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're listening to Bat Force Radio, so stay tuned.
What's up? Welcome back to Bat Force Radio. Happy holidays. The war on Christmas rages on. I hope everyone has been doing well with that. We're going to go around and see who we got in the house tonight. We have Robin in Canada.
I'm going to have finished my coffee before we even begin this episode.
We got Luis Biatch over in Dallas, Texas. Grandpa Batman.
The Sandman sleeps at night.
We got Teases over in Jersey.
Merry Teasmas.
We got the Grumpler himself in New York.
SpiderMan spoilers. Woo!
And I believe Furio, if I'm not mistaken, I think he is back in the home country. Is he not in Sicily, or he got chased out by Tony and Carmela's issues, right?
You got a B on your hat.
So I think Furio is coming straight out of Sicily right now. Pretty crazy, man. I can't believe he was able to buzz in. So we're glad to have Furio on tonight.
That's from our Bat Force chapter in Italy.
That Furio
Did he survive the show?
Yeah, man. He barely he got
out of town.
I think he makes out with Carmela, and then Tony finds out, and obviously Tony puts a hit on him, so he has to fucking go back to Italy.
Yeah.
And that's the end of one of the seasons. I can't remember. It just kind of starts off with the new season. He's just not there. So
that guy, I don't remember his real name, but he's like a serious art collector, and he bought this piece and found out it's worth like millions of dollars.
And he didn't know that it was that he was worth that much. Wow.
I mean, he bought it for a good price, but it turns out it was worth a lot more than what he bought it for.
More serious than Legends? Does he collect nude comic book art?
He is Italian, so
tasteful nude comic book art. All right, we don't have any of that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Legends has some stuff that is not tasteful. I've seen.
That's why he's a legend.
If we're going to be 100% honest, I guess it's true. Obviously, if you guys are listening, we're playing it really loose tonight. It's our holiday episode. Some of us are, there you go. Some of us are partaking in a little something to drink. It's been a rough year. We are just kind of going to go over some things right off the bat. Today, I think we should probably drop this, Christmas Eve, you think? Right? Christmas Eve? When's that? Thursday? Friday?
Yo, why not?
Let's say we're dropping it on Christmas. But I want to read to the rest of the guys. Literally hours ago, we just got confirmation, I think, of kind of via a leak. I think there was a cast sheet for Batgirl that was kind of unceremoniously just kind of printed out, and then a bunch of different outlets ran with the story, and we're going to read a couple of them. I'll read off Deadline. I don't know how. Is Deadline that serious? I mean, I think they're pretty big. But I think Deadline is reporting on it. Variety is reporting on it. All the big ones. The ones that do have some pedigree. So this is what Deadline states, and this was printed today. Michael Keaton has signed on to reprise his role as Batman in the upcoming superhero pick Batgirl. Deadline has confirmed. He'll star in the latest feature from Warner Brothers and DC alongside Leslie Grace, J.K. Simmons, and Brendan Fraser. Completely forgot that Brendan Fraser is going to be in it. Warner Brothers had no comment on the casting when contacted by Deadline, but the news comes following the announcement that Keaton would again don the cape for Ezra Miller's star The Flash, which is scheduled for release in theaters November the 4th. While Batgirl's plot is being kept under wraps, it centers on Barbara Gordon, the daughter of Gotham City Police Commissioner Jim Gordon, Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah, Bad Boys for Life. I didn't know they directed Bad Boys for Life. Wow. Are directing the film from a script by Christina Hodson. Keaton first portrayed the billionaire Bruce Wayne in his Cape Crusader alter ego in Tim Burton's 89 film Batman, then reprising the role in Tim Burton's 92 follow-up Batman Returns. The Oscar-nominated actor can currently be seen in Danny Strong's opioid crisis miniseries Dope Sick for Hulu, and will soon appear in Columbia Pictures' Marvel pick Morbius, top line by Jared Leto. Gramps, so happy about that. Keaton is rep by ICM Partners and Zifrin Brittenham. So I think, well, first off, I think that it was kind of rumored a while back that, and there was just a rumor, but people were saying that Keaton would be replacing Affleck as the DCEU's Batman. And obviously that came with like a lot of questions, like, dude, he's so old, and like, would he be
70? Can you believe he's 70?
Crazy.
Damn.
70 years old. So I think I could obviously say, okay, maybe he's like a transitioning Batman, but this seems like if he's a transitioning Batman, he's now going to be in this Flash film. Now he's going to be in the Batgirl film. So he's going to be around for a bit. What were your guys' first takes on this information as it came out?
So Batgirl is like in production now. So that's what I don't get. Like,
I'm not sure how deep
mid-production.
I don't know how deep into production they are. I know that at the time of Fandom, which was that summertime, around summertime, I know that they had been like either done with or had worked on the script. The way the directors were making it sound is that they had not shot anything yet, because they were saying like, oh, is she gonna have red hair? And they're like, yeah, of course she's gonna have red hair. So that means that they hadn't like finalized her look yet, at least to whoever was asking about it. So
and someone like Michael Keaton's stature, the amount he's going to be getting paid, they'll have scheduled shooting to be able to have him on set for as few days as possible.
Yeah,
like even the Deadpool movies, like Ryan Reynolds is not on set, not near every day. Like there are a lot of days that if it's just Deadpool in costume shit, that's not even him. So I'm sure they only need Keaton for a little bit of time. I don't expect that he'll be the star of the movie. So I think if they are deep in production, even if we think they aren't, I don't think they would need him to be on board for the whole time anyway.
Yeah. People are either absolutely furious, or they are very happy. I think earlier in the casting news, when he was first kind of announced to come on to The Flash, the Toxic Snyder fanboys, which I myself consider myself a member of, the toxic fandom of Zack Snyder's daddy. They were very upset, and any thought that he would replace Affleck. Well, Grumps, you received hate mail. I don't know why it was directed towards you specifically, but I think you must have posted some Batcat. Like, I don't know if you posted like what you posted, but somebody came after you. Then they came after I think the Bat Force. Then they came after me. Then they came after Sammy Warmhands. All of it because we had posted or spoken about Keaton, and in certain people's eyes, if you are a supporter of this version of Batman, you are not in support of Affleck, and you are not in support of the Snyderverse. Therefore, you are subhuman and should be eradicated from the earth. Which I struggle with myself, because I do believe that. Because I do believe
explains the recent attempt on my life, but yeah.
they did do a very good job coming after Batforce. I didn't even know this happened.
It was in the comment. So I think now that I remember it, it was in the comments section of something Michael Keaton related. I think we were posting news or something, and just the fact that we posted news about it, like, it's not like we weren't even being like one way or the other. It's just like, hey, this is announced, and then this guy was just tearing into us like, you fucking Batcat bullshit. I don't know why.
Now I know who you're talking about. The accent did it.
Yeah, even though we have no idea what he sounds like, I'm assuming with his broken, his inability to complete sentences, and his dropping. Maybe he's Russian. Who knows what he is? But you piece of shit, you Batcat shit. And then he called some of us Jews. He called us Jews, and then he called us.
That's offensive. I mean,
yeah.
What if we are?
Yeah.
Don't.
I mean,
and how is that an insult to call somebody?
How is that an insult? You quit
there'd be
doing
no way
the
of knowing if we are or
connotation.
aren't, Gramps.
Huh?
I would say there's no way of knowing if you are or aren't. It's just something, I guess it's I don't know, but anyways,
I don't even know what Furio is, because every time he's on the show he has a different identity.
well, in Maid he's Armenian or Palestinian, I think, or Lebanese, because he's a doorman in Maid, and Vince Vaughn's trying to get into the bar, and him and Jon Favreau are stopped by Furio, and he's like, "You're not on the list." And he goes, "Yeah, check Cardiff Giant. Check we're on the Cardiff Giant account." Because you're on the list, and then he says something racist to him. He goes, "Hey man, I'm half Lebanese." And so, but anybody like bummed out or confused about Keaton being in Batgirl?
I'm skeptical.
I'm curious. Yeah, like, so he must come out of his Flash movie, right? Like, what universe is this?
Damn. Yeah, spoilers. He's not gonna die in the Flash, I guess.
And we talked about the reports coming from these outlets, and if anyone's doubting it, it should be noted that Leslie Grace, the Batgirl actor, basically confirmed the rumor on Twitter.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get. Okay.
Interesting.
Cool.
And it sounds like she's known for a bit because she all cutesy said bats out of the bag.
So I just assumed that, like, this Batgirl was related to Jim Gordon and the Batman. That's probably a bad assumption. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's going to be. I mean, they haven't. Yeah, I think it's going to be J.K. God damn it.
Not J.K. Rowling. It's the other one. I know you traditionally struggle with this one.
Yeah, I think it's Snyder. That's crazy. It's Snyderverse.
Wait. So, no, J.K. Simmons is Jim Gordon in this one.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder if this will follow up Flash on any level with being multiversey.
It might be. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Where maybe that's
Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is in it, I heard.
He's in the multiverse too.
Yeah.
It's there's so many possibilities, I think, because of the stuff that's going on. Yeah, like I mean, it really is taking advantage of kind of the DCEU being kind of like a jumbled mess after releasing the Snyder Cut, and people don't know where that's going.
Well, didn't this week the Batman director say, like, he had to literally fight to not have the Batman part of whatever DCEU is doing?
I would believe that. Yeah, I think like probably back when he was announced as the director, they probably still wanted him to do it with Affleck, and yeah. I mean that's impressive, man. Like, to be able to fight for your vision, and that vision doesn't include what they're currently trying to fit. Because Affleck tweeted, he's like, Matt Reeves, welcome to Gotham. So he was supposed to be the Batman at that point, and then Reeves probably in his head knew that, this is not where I want to go. So, so in a way, I guess the Snyder haters are right. Matt Reeves did kill the Snyderverse, and he should be stopped by any means necessary.
Are they still going to roll with the Batfleck show for HBO?
I don't think that was ever confirmed. The only thing that he's confirmed officially with is his appearance in The Flash, and I don't think there's anything. He hasn't signed on for anything beyond that officially. He might know more than that. The studio might know more than that, but they haven't released that info, which I think is smart. I think like there's so much misinformation out there that they'd rather not say shit and confuse people.
Yeah, they're definitely not that far into the game. I think they're just reading the pulse as they go with it, and then they'll make moves based on.
The Penguin's going to be in the show, right?
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna. That's crazy. They're already confirmed a spinoff show for that. But again, with like shows and stuff like that, they could announce that they're gonna push forward with the production, but that doesn't mean it's gonna make it out and that it's gonna come out. That Game of Thrones, there's 2 Game of Thrones spinoffs. One of them is a prequel. They shot the whole first pilot episode. It cost like multi-million dollars, and they're just not going to release it. They just canned the whole project.
Yeah, I saw they watched the episode and just said, no, this doesn't work.
Crazy. Man, I wonder if it was
shit, it's shit though,
Yeah, and unfortunately, because of what happened, COVID shut everything down, and money is a big issue right now. I'm wondering how much of it was like the scale of the show was just too fucking massive, and they're like, we'll never be able to pay for this. Like, what are you guys thinking? Like, no, like, and also you don't want to make it like Robin, you're saying. You don't want to make it poor quality where it's obviously everything's like CGI and green screen, and it's like the fans aren't gonna, you can't suspend imagination for so long.
And what are the odds that maybe they, because there's the other one, the Targaryen one that is moving forward. What are the odds that they decided, well, let's do a pilot of both and we'll see what comes out better? Because the whatever millions of dollars that it costs to the long run in them, is that really much?
Yeah. You have two. Yeah, it's strange. Two kind of competing products, which are kind of very similar too. Yeah.
There can be only one.
Plus, they already left a fan base that's pretty pissed off.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean,
you have to really like tiptoe around and make sure that you have a sure shot, because then you're done. If you fuck
I mean, look at the Sex and the City people. You have one bad show and they will cancel you.
Yeah,
they canceled Peloton, bro.
Yeah.
Peloton lost like 11% in their shares that week. That's fucking nuts.
And then after they did the commercial, all these like charges showed up in the news against the guy that played Mr. Big.
Fuck, that's right.
So it's like a tennis match. It's like you cancel us, we'll cancel you, we'll cancel the other guy.
They killed them on the show and canceled them in real life.
So what happened? What did he do?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh, come on.
All these allegations of sexual assault, like 20 years after the fact.
As I sip my sparkling wine.
and eat your bowl of pomegranate.
Wait, so he was like touching people, or what was he doing?
Allegedly.
Showing his wiener, showing his Mr. Big,
his wanka.
All right.
Allegedly.
I think it's crazy that if you are Henry Cavill's doing a bunch of press for the new Witcher season, and from the interviews he's given, there's literally no plans, or he has not been spoken to by Warner Brothers about signing on to do anything as Superman. From what he says, he might just be, saying like maybe they're in talks and they haven't confirmed anything, so he's making that language to kind of push their hand a bit. But that's crazy. That people have their opinions on his Superman either way, but they're going forward with Momoa. They're going forward with Gal, somewhat going forward with Affleck in a limited capacity, but Superman for some reason is like it's like a no territory.
Yeah, well, what was their problem at any point with Henry? That they just didn't want to do anything else. The dude looks like a living Superman.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, that's a good question. What is the difference
he's
between
popular as shit? Like the fan base loves him.
Yeah, and there are people who like hate the Snyder version of Superman. They don't like. Not necessarily. I wouldn't even say that they don't like him as Superman. They don't like the Snyder version of it. Yeah. And Cavill has said that he'll play like a lighter tone. He said that he has no problem doing that. So I don't know if that's why like Warner Brothers, man. Like, what is their deal? They must have some sort of secret plan that they don't want anybody to know about. And,
they don't even know about it.
Yeah, man. And it's funny how The Rock was even saying in interviews, he wants to have Shazam face off against Black Adam face off against Superman, but he doesn't know if it would be Cavill Superman, but he just knows that he wants it to be Superman, which is like,
Side note, I haven't heard you say Shazam instead of Shazam in like 5 years.
Shazam.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm drinking too much.
It's crazy because Shazam's going to have 2 movies and Superman's only going to have 1. Well, this version of Superman, anyway.
Yeah.
Solo movies, I mean.
It's.
At this point, what is it? 7 years? It's at least 6 or 7 years already. It's like
since Man of Steel, what was that, 2014?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're way behind. We should have had 2 movies already, and just like
absolutely,
just like the other titles, they should have had a Flash movie. For some reason, they're pushing Wonder Woman, which was heavily edited and it was delayed for 2 years. Why aren't they trying to put more pieces together? Yeah, it's kind of like they're hitting the repeat button, but then they're forgetting about the other shit that was working.
Yeah, but we're gonna get a new aren't we getting like a new Birds of Prey or something like that? That's what I want to know. Where's that at? Where's that coming? When's that coming down the line?
This is just my opinion, but I think part of WB's problems is that there's too many cooks in the kitchen, and from a corporate standpoint, you know, you got AT&T involved, and then you got who bought AT&T? Somebody else, and then it's just like
Discovery went half.
Discovery, and then it's just like, you know, you got too many execs and too many attorneys trying to figure out what they want to do first with DC Comics, and then Warner Brothers on top of that too.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, their number one goal is to take an existing company and make money. So what do? Just like in the comics, all of a sudden, 60% of the DC books are all Batmans. Mm-hmm. Now we have 7 Batman books. Why? Because he's the number one character that all books are based against, right?
Right.
But now these are all people that that aren't really reading comics. So now we're flooded with Batman, and we have nothing else. So it's, you know, and from what we've seen, all the talent from DC is pretty much gone, right? So you're pretty much gone with 80% of who we supported for the past 2 or 3 years ago.
And from a good source, Batman, the character of Batman is dead. That's coming from a good source.
That's what I heard. Maybe that's what the Batman imposter.
There's a lot of dead Batmans in 1 week. Seven
characters dead.
Yeah, it's very Pinteresting. It's unfortunate to see the stuff that we love not handled very well, and not handled in a way that's there's just so much good shit that they could do, and they're just dropping the ball, it seems like.
It's sad, because on the other side, like, they're hitting on all cylinders, you know. Multiple Spider-Mans in one movie, multiple universes.
Spoilers!
And this is Batman DC podcast. So
Peter Spiderman.
We already talked about that on Grumps and Gramps. That was the worst kept secret in the world.
I know that was another thing. Like, it was 2 weeks before the movie came out. Social media was like, no spoilers. Like, they've been talking about this for 2 years with the 3 Spider-Mans. But in any case, like, it sucks, because they had, you know, they weaved, you know, the Venom into the MCU, and multiple old Spider-Mans and this and that, and TV shows, and DC is still doing God knows what. The TV shows are separate from the movies, and the movies are separate from each other. I don't know. So it really sucks.
But even with all this stuff going on of the multiple Spider-Mans, and, you know, all the villains coming back in one movie, the thing that I find way more interesting than any of that is who they. I haven't watched the new episode from today, the season finale, but who they have started to bring back in Hawkeye on Disney Plus. You know, I don't know if there's a spoiling for anybody, but they gave us a glimpse of Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin in Hawkeye, which is our first, you know, glimpse at the Netflix characters being back.
Hawk Guy.
Yes, Hawk Guy, actually.
Hawk Guy.
Hot
Guy. Robin, before we continue, I want to say something. It's Spider-Man. Get it right next time. Thank you.
Whoa, men.
Peter.
Spider people.
Spiders.
Yes.
I hate arachnids, and I don't care if I'm canceled for that. There was, looking back, the DCEU, the Suicide Squad did really well at the box office, did it not?
Yeah.
Contrary to, I think the fan base, I would say most of the fans really, really liked it. There was a couple of people who didn't, you know, some of us included, whatever. But I think that maybe that's why they're stalling to see if, maybe these are the kinds of movies that we want to do, and maybe the Trinity is something that they want to figure out how to do correctly or in sync, and they're going to focus on the, like the Batgirl. If they're going to do a Batman character, they want to do like the Bat family like individually, I guess. So like Batgirl, and then maybe they'll do Robin or Nightwing, and then maybe they'll fold that into like something with the Trinity later on. But just very interesting to see how it's going to eventually play out. Has Margaret Roberts confirmed a future? I think she has a future Harley-ish thing. Let me see if I could find anything on that.
Sure.
I think she's talked about like that they're already writing the follow-up to Birds of Prey, but I don't think she's mentioned if it's just, like confirmed or anything like that. So I believe the last I heard
she's
is
always sounded like she was all in on anything.
Oh
Harley
yeah.
Quinn, right?
Yeah. I think yeah, she's definitely going to be. There's no reason to think that she would not, reprise that role for any reason, unless they wanted to like not pay her, whatever she's asking. But I think like I don't know, dude. Like I don't know about you guys. I went to go see Birds of Prey to see what it was going to be like, but I like Margot Robbie, so I'm going to take an opportunity to see her on film regardless. And I think a lot of people are similar. She's got a lot of pedigree too, isn't she? Like a multiple. She hasn't won any awards, but she's been I don't know if she's been nominated, but. She does well with that acting thing, I believe. Okay, let's roll into what we were planning on doing, but we wanted to kind of talk about like, all right, what were you guys, what were some standout things this year? New Year's coming around the corner. What are some memorable moments as far as comics, as far as shows and films and all that good stuff? Let's start with the comic books. Do you guys feel like there was a very strong title that you felt was a very strong, very good effort as far as like, okay, this is going to be one of the better books of the year? Anybody have that pop into their mind frame when they think about it?
Just in general, or it's like something specifically Batman or DC? Or?
I would say like just in general DC, because I think there was a lot of Batman stuff out there. It was kind of hard to tread through what was the best of it. I think DC in general would probably be a good way to go.
I got nothing.
Well,
there's so many things going right now. I'm just sorting through it in my head.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There was the Future State. There was the next Batman. There's a lot of the Black Label, Batman the Imposter, which I find that a fascinating title. I mean, it's basically this dude who's not Batman, but he's making people think he's Batman, and he's taking people out.
Yeah, to turn the police and everyone against actual Batman. Yeah, that was interesting, and that had a lot of interesting elements. I maybe we spoke about this on the show before, but that was written by Matt Tomlin for one thing. He's the screenwriter for the Matt Reeves Batman movie.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
He put some interesting aspects in there that I don't think we've seen touched on before. So like he would do things where his Bruce Wayne would do the undercover thing, where he was, pretending to be a new member of a construction crew that was working on, one of the skyscrapers. And what he was actually doing there was like installing hooks to put zip lines across buildings to help him get around. So just cool little, sort of, suspend disbelief a little bit, but, a little more real world explanations for how he does things.
Yeah. Doesn't Bermejo do some of those variants?
Yeah, he did a variant cover for each issue.
Yeah, so it's funny. I grabbed that just because of those variants, and I read it because of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was a very interesting title with some cool art, and then obviously the variants can't go wrong there. Did anybody read that Man Bat mini?
Oh shit! Nope.
No.
I read. So it's 5 issues. The covers were sick. I grabbed it because the covers were fucking baller, dude. So that was a pretty good read. 5 issues, a nice little something you could chew on. I like to see the fact that they got a villain in there that they don't usually highlight too much, but I enjoyed that one a great deal.
Now, Tom, I'm surprised you didn't mention the Batman '89 series.
Oh well, that the thing about that one is I'm waiting to read that one all together. As a continuous story, because I want that to be like a nice little treat for myself. The covers are dope. The art is obviously dope. But I am like edging myself on that one. So just to kind of enjoy it all as you can eat. I flipped through it. I've like flipped through it and I've taken in the art, which is fucking dope. But yeah, like I'm waiting on that one. Did anybody read Batman Reptilian? That was a cool one.
That's what I was about to talk about.
Give it to me, Gramps.
I've been waiting. I've been trade waiting on this book so much. I know you had brought up in, our private discussions about, best of 2021 and all this stuff. And Liam Sharp's art in Batman Reptilian is worth buying that title alone. I mean, forget the story. Just get it for the art. And I saw where, I think it was on Twitter or something, where I think he kind of asked, why is no one paying attention to this story? And it is kind of, under the radar, but I've been waiting for this trade wait because, I checked out issue 1 and it's just like, he's got this real Dave McKean vibe going on, like Arkham Asylum going on. And it's a beautiful book. Beautiful, just beautiful.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Liam Sharp, he's done a couple. What was that book that he did? It was like,
I don't know, but I love his Batman. His Batman is more like a shadow than a front and center character.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Was it Batman Wonder Woman that he did?
Yeah, that sort of Celtic fairy tale one. Yeah, that was very good, and his art's great and everything. But yeah, that book was excellent.
Yeah, that's what I remember. One of the last things he did was that Wonder Woman book, and when the Reptilian thing was announced. Also, by the way, story by Garth Ennis, fucking big time. So I would definitely recommend people check that book out if you have not. And it scratches your monster itch if you got one of those. Has anyone been pulling Batman Detective, or it's rather Batman the Detective? It's got the art by Andy Kubert.
Yeah, it's a Tom Taylor book.
Yeah, 6 issues as well, I believe. Again,
trade waiting.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I don't know about you guys. I feel like the art is what drove me to a lot of the books this year. Batman the Detective, like the minute you saw the art, I was like, I gotta fucking get that one for sure because the art looks so sick. The even though it's Garth Ennis, Reptilian, you go for the Liam Sharp stuff. So that's just kind of what drew me this year to books.
Now I'm surprised Furio didn't bring up this title. This one was kind of a,
I know what he's gonna say.
Right up our alley. We had Batman: The Long Halloween Special.
I think Fury was just waiting for his turn, but we'll see.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Furio, are you there?
There's a bee on your hat. What I want to know is, last year we were talking about this, and I really like Batman, Catwoman. So, like, what the fuck is going on with that series? Like
2 years, 9 books.
yeah, I think that series is like a slow drip. It's
how many
drip. It's like you're at the comic shop and it just kind of just shows up, and you're like, oh, just like me today. What was it? Number 7 showed up, and you're like, oh, okay. Guess I'm grabbing this, putting this on the stack.
That shit is so annoying. Fucking, it's like All-Star Batman and Robin shit. Like,
you mean it's still not even done?
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm getting fed up with these ridiculously spread out publishing dates. It's like, it's just, I think it's not good for the hobby, that kind of, it's not professional, that kind of
for the culture.
Yeah, that inconsistency
for the community
ain't good for the culture, So it's like HDTV incompatible.
I think you're right. I do feel that it hurts the momentum for the book.
Yeah, and it's not professional. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of I don't want to say turn off, but it's like it's weird when it takes away from the story when you have one come out in 3 months and the next come out whenever the fuck and I don't know.
No,
just to correct on as far as the scheduling goes, it was issue 9 that came out this week.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that has there's so many factors that play into that, and who knows what the full reasons are. But sometimes, you know, it could be like just the art, you know, whatever it might be is delayed. But I think it's unfortunate because that was one of the ones that we were like really anticipating. Number one, Clayman's art is just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But
these last few issues are Liam Sharp.
Yeah, so but I think like it's not so
that
much
could
myself.
be the, you know, unfortunately that could be the
why did Clayman drop off that?
That is a question that people have had.
He is coming back. This issue was Liam Sharp's final issue, and I believe Clay is back for the final 3.
I don't like when that happens either. It's like that shit throws me off, and it's a very rare case where that works, and it's like Francavilla and Jock, where they bounce off each other really well. But for the most part, I don't know, man. That's not good for the culture when you have delays and you switch up the art. It's like I think
part of me thinks that that's kind of Tom King's MO, you know, because he did that in his run a lot, where he kind of changed artists to fit, you know, the story at that time.
That was also because Batman was shipping bi-weekly at that point. Yeah, there was an issue, so no artist could keep up on the whole run on this. But I think it may be something like that. I haven't spoken to Clay in a bit, but I feel like the switch, you know, Liam coming in for a few episodes was probably just down to some scheduling thing, and you know, maybe he just wasn't able to do all of them.
Yeah.
It's like when Tony is out on the green and he's trying to get his Uncle June to go see the doc or listen to the doctor, so he goes and he gives him a pair of golf clubs, and Tony's trying to get like Furio to like, hey, right, golf. Furio loves golf, and then Furio just goes, stupid a fucking game. There's no sweetening Furio.
I thought this Batcat thing was Tom and Clay's, you know, own.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was meant to be. So that's why I think something may have changed that.
It sucks when it fizzles out like that, because I think you hurt the potential of a book, and you know, that's kind of whack. But you know, who knows what the inner workings are?
And also, like, I thought that was going to be his opportunity to kind of fix the frustration of a lot of fans after Batman 50.
Yep.
Yeah.
I felt like that was his redemption, and obviously, like, they moved on to James after issue 85, but they were going to give Tom another shot to kind of just
finish it out
on the side without messing up the storyline. And now it's so jagged that I feel like a lot of people have just lost interest when it, you know,
forgotten about. Yeah.
Right.
Well, to touch on what you said earlier, Jesus, I'm looking at Comixology now, and there is, man, I love Batman, you know, just as much as anybody, but my goodness, there's a lot of books going on that
it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, though, that there are a lot of books, but there are a lot of very different books. So there are different things for, you know, very few people are getting all of them. But there are a lot of different things out there. Like you have the ongoing things, like the main Batman book and Detective that, you know, literally run forever, and then you have these other minis that pop up that come and go that are different styles and for different tastes.
I feel like that sparks more of where years ago we would buy trades. Now it's back to that. You know, it's like people are like, just like what you just said before, Tom. Like the 89 looks dope. You'll buy the issues, but to be consistent and to start to finish in about a week, you can read the whole series and it'll stick with you, as opposed to it being so jagged. You know, and you might get extra features, you know, in the trade, extra sketches, concept shit. You know, it's worth the wait because you can just get it done from A to B.
I think that depends how engrossed in a story, and this can be for any book that you might be. You know, if you're reading something that's coming out monthly, bi-monthly, whatever, if you're enjoying it enough, that time in between can give you a different relationship with it. Like, talk about Game of Thrones. Like, you know, there are those of us who spent 10 years watching Game of Thrones season by season, you know, with the week in between episodes, talking to people about what happened and, oh, what's going to happen next. And then having a year, sometimes 2 years between seasons. So you had that decade of a relationship with it versus the people who watched it after it ended and just, you know, binged the whole series on HBO in like 2 months or something.
No, 1 month.
That's a very different relationship to something that you watched quickly versus something that you spent the time with.
Right, that's true.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
I get it. You know, you guys spent 10 years with the girl, and I just spent 1 month with her. I got everything you got in 10 years in 1 month. I get it.
Has anybody read One Dark Night?
Yep.
I got that today.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Hey.
What do you think, Grumps?
I haven't had a chance to read it yet. So I'm looking
Did you flip through the art at all?
No, because I don't go to the comic store anymore. Gotta buy it digital.
You didn't swipe through the art at all?
I have not swiped.
That I'm excited to see where that one goes. The art looks fucking dope, and it's cool to see Jacques writing it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
I got the all black variant.
The Garbett one, yeah.
That like matte.
That is so sexy.
Yeah,
my local shop didn't have that.
Oh,
and there's the Cliff Pang variant too.
Yeah, that one's cool. Speaking of Cliff, I love Cliff.
Yeah, and his issue 2 of Lonely City came out this week too.
Yep, I grabbed that.
Oh, I gotta get that. Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, I really liked issue 1.
Let me see that again, Gramps.
Yeah, I really liked issue 1, and
nice.
Looking forward to this. And it's only 3 parts, right?
4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna make a nice little trade.
And this one has the very cool little Easter egg kind of thing for us from our point of view with the shoes that are in that one memorabilia store, the Bat Force ones that Cliff put in.
That's awesome.
That is another book of mine that I say what stood out this year. Even though there was only what was it, 1 issue before the second one came out. But that 1 issue was fucking cool, man. It was the look of Batman Year 1 with the kind of story of Dark Knight Returns, but for Catwoman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I thought that was real sick. And then I loved his shout out to Cliff Chang, who joined us on Bat Force Radio and really broke down his like whole process and what he wanted to do with it. And that just makes anything better once you kind of get those juices flowing. And I want to go back to Gramps real quick. I wonder how many times he goes through a comic shop and he just says to himself, "That's going to make a nice little trade." So when he going through the aisles, that's going to make a nice little trade. Ooh, baby, that's going to make a nice little trade.
Every time I pass by Neil Gaiman and the Sandman comics, I think to myself, the Sandman sleeps at night.
Shit.
Did anyone snag the Swamp Thing? I think they got the first trade out. There was about 5 or 6 issues.
Are you talking about the new Swamp Thing?
Yeah,
that's a sore spot for me.
He is no longer. It's now Levi Kamei. So it's a different individual. It's not Alex. Different Swamp Thing. And this is kind of like a standalone mini. I have been grabbing them because the art, in my opinion, is pretty sick. The covers for sure. There's this one. Let me see, what issue is this? I'm looking for the one that was like, all right, that one's fucking dope, dude. Let me see. I want to say it is issue. Number 7 has got a really sick, like, I don't know. It looks like there's Suicide Squad members in it. But like Swamp Thing is like swallowing them in the cover. There's also one where it's got Poison Ivy on it. There's a cool cover with her. And there's another one. It's just like any, Swamp Thing's dope. So if there's gonna be a mini, I'm gonna snag it.
Well, if anyone prefers the Alec Holland flavor of Swamp Thing, you can wait for next week. And the Swamp Thing Green Hell, I think 3-issue miniseries from Jeff Lemire and our boy Doug Mankey.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be a sick one.
Yeah,
Issue 8.
I haven't heard about that.
Issue 8 of the Swamp Thing is the one I was thinking of. The cover is super sick. It's like him, like stretching out into like a tree. Very awesome looking. But yeah, dude, that Doug Mankey and Jeff Lemire, hell yeah, sign me up.
And we'll have Doug back on very soon for that one. So
Douglas,
didn't he just get like some kind of like DC Legends collected volume that has like all his stories throughout his whole career in one?
Yeah, something came out. I saw.
Yeah. I know. I want to get that. That was really cool, dude.
Man, I gotta do a Grumps and Gramps interlude real quick.
Grumps and Gramps.
Grumps and Gramps, lots of laughs. So I bought this fucking McFarlane Toys Swamp Thing off Amazon. I pre-ordered it. I don't have a fucking Swamp Thing figure, so I was, this is gonna be great, whatever. And I get it, and I open it, and it's the fucking platinum version of Swamp Thing, or as I like to call the primer variant, untainted figure. Like,
you don't want it,
dude. I sent it back to Amazon already.
Oh,
dude, I'm so
take
fucking
it.
pissed.
Take it, man.
Well, just order one. You got a 75% chance of getting it. There's more of the platinum variants out there than there's the green version.
Did they fuck up, or was it people didn't know what they were ordering?
I don't know. It's Amazon, GameStop, or just sending out these platinum editions to like everybody. There's more of those than the green,
which is very cool. If it was $20,
yeah, no, it's fucking 40. So.
Yeah,
I would take it because I would custom paint that.
I saw someone custom paint one already. It looked pretty good.
Oh yeah! Wow, I haven't seen.
Yeah, I forget who it was. I thought it was.
We got to get you on G&G.
I thought it was one of your boys. I don't think it was the Unparalleled Universe himself, but I think it was one of those guys in that circle. Maybe it was in a story post that one of them posted. But
while we're talking G&G, this happens to me a lot. Grumps always makes me buy stuff.
Peer pressure.
I feel FOMO. And he makes me buy stuff, and then I forget that I ordered it, and then I go to another website, and oh, that's cool. I need to buy that. Well, then, I mean, all this stuff has been coming to my door, and I just tell Gam, yeah, those are Christmas presents. And so this week, I got 2 of these Marvel Legends Tigra bikini girls.
Gramps is feeling frisky.
It sounds like Gramps, or just return it to Amazon, to his local Amazon location.
No, that's the influence Grumps has on me. He makes me spend money.
Spend more.
You can't help yourself. I know. Well, since we're on a G&G roll, what would you guys say was the purchase of the year for each of you?
Oh God.
let's say both DC and otherwise.
Oh, my favorite figure of the year was the Batman, the Mafex, Mafex, whatever, Batman Triumphant. That
the big bulky one with
battle
ears?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite figure of the year.
Oh shit.
That was a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go left field.
Not left field.
For me, it was Super 7 Thundercats.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Blue.
Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Speaking of her, I got that 2-pack this week, and it's about time we get a fully articulated Kerry Kelly. I mean, I'm probably going to buy a second set of that just because I'm so scared that I'll break her.
Yeah, so
I'm so pissed off. Yo, why the hell did they put a generic bat symbol on his chest?
Ooh.
That's going to get fixed.
I can't even look at it. I'm like, it looks.
Actually, you know, I was kind of thinking about that yesterday. I think, as wrong as it is, they want to justify to make it separate from the first one. Otherwise, there's really no variation in that single release. You know, like
our friend Robin D. Cross pointed out a fact by showing an image from the book where, I mean,
right.
That's not wrong. It's not
right.
wrong.
I know the panel you're talking about. The one was it the splash page or something like that? Like
it's several pages. I mean, in like books 1 and 2, there's like 6 or 7 different variations of the bat symbol. And I remember even as a little kid, I was like, what's going on with the logo? Because I mean, it looks this way in one panel, and then it looks completely different in this panel. I think.
Well, mood rings were big back then.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a mood logo.
Oh shit!
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. It kind of just looks like out of place a little bit.
Yeah, like when they would do that thing with the black and white statues, where the second runs had all the white generic logo on them,
and the white base.
So which logo do you want on there?
The fatter one.
The fatter one?
Just the dark outline?
Or the damaged one.
Oh, okay. Grumps.
Teases,
you
what
and
is
I
what
had
you
that
have?
conversation.
What's up?
What I'm planning it.
What's the one that Teases has?
Wow. I
have both. I have the Triumphant, and then I just got my 2-pack yesterday.
Oh, you gave
so the two. So, okay, so that's what you don't like. I'll edit that out. He got
the governments out in the street and shit.
The GOP.
But no, with it's so, you know what it looks like. Remember when? Who the fuck was it? Was it Mattel?
Mattel, yeah.
When they did it, it was it was just so generic looking. Like the best part of DKR is how weird and stylized. I mean, he made the bat chest logo fat like him. Like that's crazy.
Okay, all right.
It's like,
now I get it.
When you stamp the generic one on there, it feels cheap. Even though I guess it might have shown up in some panels. I don't know.
You know what? I was wondering, where did they come up with the knives on the legs?
Yeah, I saw. I think you posted a picture of that, and I was like, "What the?" Oh, you put it in the chat.
That's coming off for me. I'm warming that shit up, and
he's fucking
coming
pissed.
off.
Gramps,
the thing is,
that shit off.
You can.
He's fucking pissed.
Shit, man, dude.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's not a knife.
Get my knife out here.
Gramps is fucking fuming,
You
bro.
played
Dude,
knife and
keep
spoon
that shit
before.
up. Just it look perfect because just the part on the side looks like another little compartment. Quick and easy fix.
Yeah, that's the band on his thigh.
Yeah, his band on his thigh. He has like a Crocodile Dundee knife, and then he has a small little Furio switchblade. And
really taking liberties there, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. What about non-DC pickups?
Well, I said Thundercats.
Oh, yeah, you did say Thundercats.
But
there's so many figures, bro.
Man, so many G.I. Joes. And...
Which Roach, Grumps? Which Roach did you love?
Which Roach?
Did you get any of the Roaches?
I got a bunch of Roaches.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know what I got?
Yeah, like real and otherwise, but that's not my pick.
This is dude.
You'll say is real quick.
Krampus.
Everyone is putting that
4 Horsemen Krampus.
Furio's mic just got disconnected mid sentence.
Even Gramps got a fucking Krampus? God damn, man.
Do you not follow me? Did you not see
what's a ninja
on your
gotta
post
do to get a
notifications.
Krampus, man?
Like, I don't even exist anymore to anyone.
Fucking Fig Mafia. You know what's popping up on everyone's top 5 this year?
Turbo
that
Man.
NECA Frankenstein figure, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
that's in my
good
top 10.
Yeah, he said he's
Yeah,
he's
that's
on
the
everyone's
top
top this year.
Some
Dude,
people,
literally anything you mentioned, I got on my desk. I'm just like pop, pop, pop.
some
He's in
people
my
already
top
got the.
17.
I saw some people already got the Mummy already.
Oh shit!
Really?
Yeah. I saw some photography already with it.
The news.
And they come out with a black and white version.
Oh, of the Mummy?
We gotta save the juice for G&G next week.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what?
All right.
Listen, that might.
Oh
shit!
This one.
That
you're gonna get
Marvel
kicked off of
Select
here with
Box.
this Marvel shit.
getting that.
Yo, write him a ticket, man.
that neck of mummy might have just went to some influencers.
Okay.
I
You know
don't
what?
think
This,
it's out there.
Oh, okay.
This
So
is
he's
a
not-
small thing, but this is a figure that I've actually been waiting for since I was a wee little lad. Articulated timber.
Oh,
from G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
This
that came out
is
really nice.
amazing. This is amazing.
What does
And
Louis
then,
think?
well, here you go. And then here's
his ancestor.
These are also in my top 5. Furio don't even know about this.
Gramps is opening up he's cracking open a package.
He's opened up his Big Bad Toy Store.
I got 1/12 scale
Oh
Louis.
shit, Louis.
Oh,
So you're gonna start seeing Louis in my picks, bro. And I didn't get just one color. I didn't just get 2 colors.
Oh, Louis got friends.
I got a
Louis
whole
Vuitton.
litter of these. I got 3 of these.
You're breeding them?
Pretty much. I got my own 1/12
A litter.
puppy
You
mill.
got your own litter.
Yeah, you're about to see some stuff.
How do people drink this sparkly shit? This is like so sweet. There you go, Gramps.
Oh, shit. Happy New Year.
Furio's got something going on over there.
Furio's collecting rent from somebody.
Oh man. Okay, let's go. What are we talking about? We're talking about comics. Oh, you know what? We have not spoken of who is the standout artist of the year. I mean, I think this is going to be kind of unanimous. Standout artist of 2021.
Liam Sharp.
Jeleno. All right, so you go with Liam Sharp. Anybody else?
I'm going with Liam Sharp. I mean, I really like the artwork that he's doing in, Reptilian, Batman Reptilian. But I will say, actually, this is actually a 2020 nominee, but I guess it fits in 2021 too because they've had 2 collective volumes. I followed your recommendation, Robin D. Cross, and I think Tom too.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out and I bought this book.
Yes.
Oh, hell
Department of
yeah,
Truth.
dude.
And I love the stylized artwork that, it tells a story in it of itself. I mean,
Yeah, that's Martin Simmons.
I love art that, there are plenty of people that can draw pretty lines, but not everyone can make artwork that has its own story inside the artwork and builds on the theme of the story where, there's messages within messages, and you can literally study every panel in this book. And it's just, wow. Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. it's
Who's
great.
that guy?
Martin Simmons
Martin
is the
Simmons,
artist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for that recommendation.
Glad you checked it out. And I tell people this at the store when I'm recommending that to people. One thing that I sort of expected reading that was eventually it was going to peter out. Like I figured probably around issue 10 or so, it would start to, it would get past its best story beats. But I found that when we got to issue 13 was my new favorite issue, and then issue 14 came and 14 was my favorite issue. So that's a really strong book that just keeps going.
Yeah, it's that went to my best indie book of the year.
Oh shit.
going back to best DC artist of the year. You said Liam Sharp. Anybody else have anybody else?
Can I say Lee Bermejo?
Oh yeah,
that's
he's
where I
only
was
doing
going.
covers, but
That's fine.
Each cover is better than the last. I don't know how he does it.
If you rewind this to 365 days ago, we're having the same conversation.
Yeah.
Because
I think he got
like he because I was thinking about that question today, and I'm like, well, we nominated him as the artist of the year because of the variants, and now we're having the same conversation because he's on that just that consistent flow every month. He's the resident variant artist, and each one gets better and better. And whether or not you're reading Detective, you're buying those covers because they're just too good to pass up on.
Too good.
And I'm doing digital, since the pandemic started. I just switched, and honestly, that's something I have to look forward to. I mean, it might be a little pricey or whatever, but getting back into the hunt and like hunting down those covers and stuff, probably be fun. So
They're getting hard to find, man.
Yeah.
I went to a shop today, and they're getting hard to find. Do you guys buy these portfolio books?
Yeah, those are great for cons.
Yeah, I've got like 3 of them, literally filled with just his covers from Detective.
Yeah, he got my vote for artist of the year with those just because of the covers.
And I don't know, like we've been talking about him here on the show for years and having him on for years, but doing this series of Detective variants, he keeps finding new levels. He keeps getting better, and you would have looked at his stuff 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, and didn't think that he would be able to get better, but he still is.
Well, he said that they even have like a story, if you...
but you would have to sort out the right order.
If you look at like his book about the Joker and his interiors, you would never, like Robin said, you never think 7 or 8 years ago he's putting out these like masterpiece quality covers every month.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's got a creator-owned book coming out in the new year. I don't know if it's public, if it's announced who he's doing it with, if we can say it, but it's going to be very cool.
Oh.
I wanted to jump back because I didn't put my book of the year, but I was kind of thinking about it today. Even though it went from late December to I think May, my favorite was definitely the White Knight Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Not only was it consistent, and it gave this whole new revival of the character psychologically and just her as a single mother, but where it left off for next year with the next iteration of that series just created so much more excitement compared to any other series. Also what, Sean as a writer and also bringing in other artists that complement his work just made it so much better. And there's so much more to like look forward to for next year. And obviously Sean's been teasing all that shit, and it's going to be, for some reason, he's able to just outdo himself every time. And that next series is going to be insane.
The interesting thing, finally announced. But the interesting thing about the next series is that, well, obviously everyone knows now it's the Batman Beyond time jump, so that leaves a whole lot of space to do a follow up to the Harley series that Colleen wrote.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of opportunities for side stories, one shots, or everything will just. It's just like branches of a tree. It interweaves and it connects to each other, and there's opportunity to stop and go and to go backwards. Just like me and Robin, when we interviewed her, like she could do scenes of, she can keep Jack Napier still in the storyline, kind of just as a love letter to from Harley to him, and he can do whatever he wants. It just fits because it's his universe. But it's exciting, and I think Katana wrote a really perfect series, and Matteo Scalera really complimented Sean's work to a T. So to a T.
Yeah, super looking forward to the
Yeah,
Beyond
it's
book.
It was such a long year, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, man, what did I love? And it was on the early half of this year, but it was still 2021, so it felt like it was way longer, you know?
Yeah, that seems like it was way long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. What about any writers pop out to you guys, DC wise?
Any writers that are really proud of their whole teams?
I think I have to.
Thanks for everything you do.
I have to say, definitely James Tynion.
Yeah, he.
You know, outside of his Batman run that just ended, Nice House on the Lake that he's doing at Black Label, which perfect book for the time we live in now. You know, it's a bunch of people locked in a house while the world ends outside. And then he's also got Department of Truth is his work. Something's Killing the Children. So yeah, I can't say that anybody else.
Joker.
Yeah, I can't say that anyone else has done more this year.
I would. He gets my my non-DC writer of the year. If it was just about Department of Truth too, like if it was just that book, it would have been writer of the year. And nuts to think that that's just one of like 7 books he's working on right now.
Yeah.
Anybody jump on any of those like Substacks or any like creator direct to consumer things?
I've been on some of the guys like newsletters that are through Substack. Like I was already on those before it became like a comic purchasing platform, but I haven't upped my subscription to any of those yet.
I'm probably going to do Tynion at some point because he's got that UFO book.
Yeah,
project.
if I was gonna do anything, it would probably be him. But I don't know. It still seems so foreign to me to do stuff digitally like that.
I think last year I nominated Chip Zdarsky for Daredevil.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna repeat that.
Fucking right.
Because he has gone somewhere with that title that nobody else had the balls to do. And it's just really done in a cool way that I think. I've always thought the mantle of Daredevil is something that can be passed on to someone else. Probably because I read Daredevil 2099, which was kind of cool because the mantle of Daredevil was picked up by Wilson Fisk's grandson. And the fact that he's done that with Elektra taking up the mantle while Matt Murdock was, incarcerated. And that's something that was really flipped the script. It kind of divided the Daredevil fans that, follow my Daredevil page, but fuck them. Because I thought it was really cool, because if anyone's going to pick up the mantle of Daredevil and just be even more badass than Matt Murdock, it's going to be Elektra. And I thought that was really cool. Plus the design, the suit design looks really good. And now we have 2 Dare people. So, yeah.
Dare people.
I wonder what Uncle Frank thinks about that.
Well, that's an interesting question.
Stay tuned.
We'll have to ask him in person.
We'll have to get him on the show sometime.
Yeah, we'll probably have to get him on the show.
Interesting. Very interesting. Anybody, I think we kind of talked about that. Anybody else have any like sweet indie books that they were reading that jump out? Aside from like, what do we mention? Department of Truth. Anybody else jump on any indies?
Well, it's a spin-off from Tynion, Something's Killing the Children, but House of Slaughter 3 issues into that now. Tate Bromball and Chris Sheehan, who we had on a couple months ago here.
Not gonna lie to you, I really enjoyed Stray Dogs.
Yeah, it was great, right?
I thought it was gonna be silly, and then I read it. I'm like, this is actually really good fucking storytelling and very cleverly done, and the perspective they used, very cool. So I enjoyed that a great deal.
And for anyone who is maybe partial to reading books with animals and stuff, so there's a book that just recently started. It's only 1 issue in so far, but it's called Good Boy. And if you're a John Wick fan, this is a story where animals are anthropomorphized in this reality, and they live sort of at the same level as humans. So in this movie, it's imagine like John Wick, but the human character was murdered, and then the dog goes out for revenge.
That's what I imagine Louis would do.
Yeah.
That's what you'd hope.
I mean, you think he's just this cute little French bulldog, but I live with this dude, and he can turn on a dime and just
become ferocious.
I mean, my arms have scars all over it. He can be a bulldog. Yeah, he is. You know what?
They bred to like kill like bears and shit?
They're bears. They were bred actually to hunt Sasquatch.
So they're my enemy.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
They grab whatever is like extending off the body. So like with Sasquatch, they would bite his testicles and hang on, and they've got the strong jaw and just chomp down.
Shout out to Alex Jones, who sent me a lovely pair of Sasquatch socks for the holidays. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Alex Jones. Everybody go subscribe to Infowars.net.
I want to mention something that I neglected when we were talking about the writers of the year. In addition, like Tynan just threw that volume of stuff, but also I have to mention Tom Taylor too.
Yeah, that guy's very
not just Tom Taylor,
he's doing so much.
Joshua Williamson.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
What's the word where you do a lot? Prolific.
Yes.
Tom Taylor's very prolific.
Yeah, and Josh Williamson too.
Josh Williamson just churns out books.
Tom Taylor as well. He just recently signed an exclusive with DC, but for years he's been doing multiple books at a time for Marvel and DC and his creator-owned stuff.
Yeah.
Like his Nightwing right now is great. He's got Dark Knights of Steel, which I didn't know how good it was going to be, but it's really good. He also has Dark Ages still going at Marvel. And
shit, double dipping.
Are they talking like the ye and thou language?
No, not really. So
ye old comic shop.
Just from like what we knew of it, like the art we had seen, and knowing that the title of it and everything, I expected it to be like we had seen Elseworlds books in the 90s. That was like the Justice League of the Round Table or whatever. And I was worried it was going to be something like that, but they actually introduced this. It starts off with a cool premise where during the destruction of Krypton, instead of just sending Cal off in a little ship where he crashes to Earth, all 3 of them are in a ship. So his parents survive as well. They all launch off of Krypton and they crash onto Earth. And they land on Earth during medieval times. And because of their abilities on Earth, the Superman powers that we know, they develop their own kingdom, so they're the king and queen of their own kingdom.
Wait, you're telling me that there was a Batman on Krypton?
No, not a Batman there. I mean,
what if there was
Kal-El, Jor-El, and whatever?
Think about that.
Just that would be interesting. But that's not what happens in this. That's a different story.
Interesting.
Oh my god!
But so it becomes more so than being a medieval times Justice League kind of thing. It's more like Justice League mixed with Game of Thrones.
There goes Gotham.
So you're saying there's lots of titties.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was saying, but but he makes really good use of medieval fantasy archetypes filled by DC characters. Like you have Constantine is in there in what feels like a Merlin role, as like an advisor to a king, but there are separate kingdoms, and you have characters you wouldn't expect that get to be the lords of their own kingdoms.
So you're saying he's doing what Scott Snyder was trying to do, only he's doing it well.
I don't know if I said that either. A lot of people saying that I said a lot of things.
Not confirm or deny.
Now, is Azrael in this story?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
But we're only a couple issues in. But like everything Tom Taylor writes, be prepared for a lot of people to get murdered.
I think Colt likes that book too, actually.
Hey, have you guys been reading any of that? The Deceased book that he first wrote was awesome, but I haven't read the follow-ups, like
the spin-ups.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good stuff there too.
What was the one? The Unkillables, and then Deceased Planet.
Yeah, Dead Planet.
Dead Planet. Yeah, I haven't read those. I really like the first Deceased book. I was really shocked whenever he killed Batman off so early, but
yeah, threw a curveball at everyone.
Yeah. Anything you guys are looking forward to in the coming year, 2022?
That Batman Year 2 figure.
Batman Year 2 figure. The McFarlane
one that
one?
got canceled.
The one that's like a statue?
Yeah.
It is.
With like the crazy cape. It got canceled?
My order did.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Thank you, Target.
Damn. All right.
Mine got canceled, and I jumped right back on, and I ordered it, and it went through. I think Grumps, I spoke to you at like 7:30 in the morning. I was like, "Yo, just jump back in it and order it."
Yeah.
Yo, Grumps,
jump part it's still active. So
no,
well, good for you guys.
Yeah, but you know what? I guarantee it's gonna be flooded. There's never been a McFarlane figure that's been in low stock. You know what I mean? Like, you're always finding it in the store eventually.
Did you guys get that Azrael White Knight 2-pack?
Oh, I was thinking about it. I saw it at Target. The only reason I didn't is because the swords are all fucked up. They're all bent.
Oh, shit.
But it looks dope. But, I mean, I already have, I think, both individual figures. The only difference is you're getting, like, 4 swords.
I got the Azrael, the regular one, the black one from White Knight, and then the white Suit of Sorrows.
The
Gramps is surrounded by figs.
Figs.
The Batman is different, though. He doesn't have a cape.
Oh, in the 2-pack?
Yeah, he's got, like, holsters, too, right? Teasers?
Yeah, he's got, like, he's got straps.
Okay.
And a knife.
Yeah.
So
it's a nice shirt, teasers.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Nice.
It's Batman Wednesdays, me and Gramps going strong.
Speaking of White Knight, I am looking forward to Batman Beyond White Knight for 2022.
Yeah, that's the big one.
That is going to be the book of the year.
Yeah, I think that's the most anticipated book of the year for next year.
But another thing that I'm waiting for too, Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen are doing a new horror book at Image called Little Monsters.
Oh, shit.
Very nice.
I'm down for that. Probably also, now that you mentioned it earlier, Robin, the Swamp Thing Green Hell.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That is going to be sick.
Yeah, and technically that starts this month, but yeah, it'll be the bulk of it will be next year.
Very nice.
There's the Batman Reptilian trade that comes out, I think, February, March. But
I had a question. I'm about to lose it. Trying to remember it. Trying to get it out there before I lose it. It was for Robin. Oh my God. Oh yes. Is that a Black Label or is that a normal title? The Swamp Thing one.
Green Hell. That's a Black Label.
Ooh, baby.
Nice. Very nice.
All right.
Oh, and another thing, as far as indie books that I read this year, another one that just ended this week was called Eat the Rich. That's another one from Boom Studios. That was a very twisted story that didn't start the way I expected and didn't end the way I expected.
I don't like being attacked like that.
Yeah, right. It was a bit aggressive.
All right. I'm trying to think of anything else that might be coming out next year. That the Batman film.
Yeah, we got like 2 months and change.
The Batman film, then the Flash, Shazam's bad guy, Black Adam. More information.
2 movies.
Yeah, more information about the Batgirl movie. Obviously, is highly anticipated now that the information came out today. But oh man, yeah, and also I hope they really do collect all those Bermejo covers into like a hardcover, oversized or something like that.
I mean, you know what's going to be funny though is if they do that. So DC's going to put it out and it's going to be cool, but then fucking Urban is going to put one out and it's going to be so ridiculously much better.
Oh shit!
Everything that they put out is
French version.
Yeah, I have. I'd posted this a long time, like back when I got it. But so they put out Lee's art book, and it was cool. Then Urban puts out this giant ass version of it that was just so much cooler. But it's a pain in the ass to get.
Yo.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? All right. I mean, that's pretty much. We wrapped it all up in a nice little bow.
Yeah, but it's the Christmas special, so we got to ask. Has any of you guys been watching any Christmas movies or shows this month?
Yes. I love Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. A holiday classic, I would say. That's
Turbo
probably
Man.
I've
You got
seen
to
that
get Robbie a Turbo Man.
Oh, dude, he's the one that's been wanting to repeat of the movie. So he's been keeping me have that. That's probably what we've seen the most out of like everything lately. I'm trying to think of other holiday movies. I gotta catch up. What's today? Holy shit, we only got 3 more days.
So do you guys watch Christmas with the Joker every year?
Got to do that this year. Did last year.
I watch A Christmas Story.
On Christmas Day.
I have so many of those ornaments on my tree with Ralphie and the leg lamp.
Hot sex.
And like, that poor dude that takes the triple dog dare.
You'll shoot your eye out with a Fortnite sniper rifle.
I can't say I really have anything that I watch traditionally.
Batman Returns, Robin.
You need some traditions, man.
Watch. Yeah, my tradition is I just watch what I felt like watching. I guess.
Robin, you're so un-American.
Right? How did that happen?
Actually, one little tradition I started last year was I gotta watch DMX sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh my God.
That's something else. Man. But actually, a new movie came out this year which I really liked. Shit. It's called 8-Bit Christmas. It's on HBO Max right now. What's his name? Neil Patrick Harris is talking to his daughter about when he was a kid in the 80s and how everyone wanted a Nintendo. And I remember that, and it's a fun movie. It's actually, and that ending hits you pretty hard too. So, that was good. That was a good one to watch with the family. Teases, you watched it?
We did, yeah. Jess and Madison dug it. I thought it was cool. Yeah. Like to me, I have at least a top 3, but you got to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes,
at least twice.
Yes.
that might be the greatest. That might be the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like
for me, that's the GOAT.
Yeah, like I watched it last week, and I'm already thinking, when am I squeezing it in the next few days so I can watch it again? Because it's you can't go wrong with it. You know, it's like it's perfect.
Hey, shout out to Teases for still being awake.
Oh man,
it's still early. When it hits 12:59, that's when the shut-off valve comes on.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Listen, it's
He switches into night mode.
It's technically a school night. You know, it's like
yeah.
I
You know what I'm watching? I'm watching Matrix tonight. Matrix Resurrection.
Woo. Yeah, I just started it. Not bad so far.
Man, I went old school, super old school. I watched
Peanuts.
Yesterday we watched Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, black and white.
Nice.
Yeah, black and white.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Chris
I watched
Kringle.
the other day, was it 2 days ago, we did Home Alone.
Yeah.
And that's only because we want to watch Home Alone,
the new one.
2.
I
No,
heard
fuck that
that's
shit.
bad.
We want to watch Home Alone 2 on like Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day every year, I watch Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, it's a good one.
That is my shit. I
Oh
love
shit!
that.
There it is.
You're not watching Krampus?
Actually, damn, I actually have to watch Krampus as well.
I mean, nothing sets the holiday spirit like an evil demon.
Man, I can't believe you got that fig too, man. I'm so pissed.
Dude, this fig is so good.
Grampus.
Oh my God.
Krampus.
Did you really not see Krampus versus Krampus?
The next episode is going to have to be retitled Grumpus and Grampus.
I like
and
this.
well, I guess I have the power to do that since I
True.
I could just change it in the profile.
Yeah.
pic.
If
they don't remember.
Gramps,
special.
Gramps, I told him he can always go on eBay and get it if he missed it. It's only
like
what? It's only
$250 or something. Yeah,
$250, no big.
Jesus,
dude, I'm telling you, this baby figure of the year. This is so good.
Jesus.
Four Horsemen. They are wow.
So Four Horsemen is a bunch of guys that used to work at NECA.
Really?
Took all the secrets, started their own little formula.
Well, I actually
like Pizza by Ray versus Ray's Pizza.
So you know what happened? A lot of guys that worked at McFarlane went to NECA, and a lot of those dudes kind of branched out.
Oh, very
Because
interesting.
I have a friend that works at NECA, and he told me that.
Like how
know what I mean?
how Image started.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
what they did with these figures was so smart.
yo, Four Horsemen is gonna take over Figs next year.
Dude, those
Packaging is so smart.
the medieval ones are so
The
sick.
Mythic Legends line that they
Yeah,
have
that's it.
is
Mythic
so
Legends.
Legions.
smart.
Mythic Legions?
It's just
Yeah.
wow.
I
League
think
of
Gramps
Legends.
likes figs.
I like figs like Tom likes what's those things?
Older women.
There you go.
All right,
We can end on that.
and with that,
Oh.
have a happy holidays, everybody, and we'll catch you on the flippity flip. We'll
Merry
be back
Christmas.
with some more amazing guests and coverage. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, or whatever
Smell you
you
later.
We'll see you in 2022.
Bye, everybody.